Well, let's lay some foundation and kind of talk about the why before the how. You
Yeah.
know, what's the biggest difference between contracts from, say, a hospital system
hmm
versus contracts between maybe a private practice?
Uh, a lot of differences. So hospital systems might use more of like a copy paste kind of, one contract for everybody. And you might see a contract that's very vague, right? There might be section one, two, three, four, five, all the way to whatever, over 10 pages or 20 pages. And it says nothing about who the physician is. It says nothing about his or her specialty and the schedule that they'll have. It just references the exhibits. See Exhibit A, C for schedule, see Exhibit B for compensation, see Exhibit C for something else. And then the exhibits, it'll say, Exhibit A, Dr. Mary's schedule is, Monday through Friday with these many call days. And then it might say Dr. Mary's compensation is this much money and here's her bonus structure. And then maybe there's another clause in there about she can do an outside activity or whatnot. We'll see that a lot in hospital-based contracts. They are negotiable and you can definitely change things in those contracts. Sometimes they will or won't modify the first 10, 20 pages that are copy-paste templated. But even if they can't change it, it's still worthy of a very detailed question and answer session as due diligence is conducted. Private practice contracts tend to be a little more fluid. I would say more negotiable. They maybe have some of the languages baked into the contract. So instead of referencing all the exhibits, some of that language might be built into the contract itself. We might see more RVU-based model or flat salary models in hospital-based contracts. We might see more collection-based models or risk models in a private practice because, as you know, the finances are just completely different.
Right.
We might see more compensation near-term in a hospital versus more compensation long-term in a private practice. We might see more autonomy in the private practice. We might see better benefits in the hospital. We might see, better malpractice in the hospital and less in the private group. It just all depends, and of course, then there's always nuances inside each individual specialty because ophthalmology is way different than dermatology, which is way different than a hospital-based. Just looking, not even looking at the job itself, just looking at the contracts and how the compensation is set up. So, hospital to private practice, one thing, and then interspecialty difference, a completely different ballgame.